Welcome to another coffee Q&A. It's a Sunday morning. It's beautiful outside. Fun fact here, I collect coffee mugs from where I travel. This is my Aladdin Casino mug. I refer to it as my $500 mug from when I lost $500 at the Aladdin Casino. Got a few questions about sample libraries and technology for creating music. Got a question about the LCO strings from Spitfire Audio from Ruben Cornell. He asks, I was so excited about LCO Spitfire library. What did you honestly think? Honestly, I think it's very beautiful and I'll probably use it quite a bit. I think its big strength is in doing underscore. It has such a huge amount of emotion, playability, and dynamic range. And then I got another question on a similar topic here. Todd asks for soft, quiet articulations. Do I recommend ALBION 5 Tundra or LCO strings from Spitfire? These are very different libraries. Quiet is what ALBION 5 excels at. LCO strings does have some quiet dynamics in a similar vein, but it does get very loud and it can be very boisterous. Now, since these are both specialty instruments with very avant-garde articulations, I think it's pretty safe to summarize, though, that ALBION 5 Tundra, Edge of Silence, that was the tagline. It's true to its tagline. It is a very, very subtle, quiet library, whereas LCO strings has a lot of dynamic range, which in my opinion makes it a very surprisingly playable instrument, which I think will be amazing for all kinds of underscore. Our next question comes in via email from David Herod. He says, what are your main go-to sample libraries and what's in your template? I do have to say I use so many sample libraries, it's hard to say that there's just one that I use all the time. Although to be honest, ALBION 1 always finds a way into most of my work. As far as templates go, that is extremely difficult for me to answer because I have two different orchestral templates. One for just individual instruments mimicking an actual orchestra, and then the second one, which I use more often than not, which is sections and ensembles. For example, my string section stack would just have a violin section, a viola section, cello section, etc. But the vast majority of my work that I do for my clients, I use one of my over 100 templates. It could be everything from electro pop, to a template I have just for quartet and piano, pop rock, or even something really quirky. Now, I consider just about every track I write and record to be able to be a template. I just open up, delete everything, all the MIDI data, and then I have all my instruments loaded up. That's very handy because a lot of times I'll get hired to write music that is in the style of one of my albums. I have like 14 EPs that I release kind of as calling cards and to get music licensed and whatnot. So for example, I got a request to score some music for a film not too long ago, and they wanted it to be similar in tone or timbre to my Chronomicon album. So that's very easy for me to just go and I pull up my Chronomicon template, which has all my instruments that I used for that project loaded up. Now, of course, if you're only doing orchestral score with a little bit hybrid, then this probably won't be something you'll use, but I do recommend you think about this if you're genre hopping or doing music for a large number of styles.